Hello, I'm Mrs. Badar, and I'm going to tell you about AP English Literature and Composition. Expectations for this course include the fact that it is an advanced placement course. That's a term used by the College Board to identify courses that involve college-level work offered in high school. Students entering this course should have as prerequisites pre-AP English 11, 10 Honors English, and preferably 9 Honors English. A certain level of reading, writing, and analytical skill is expected to be in place for a student entering this course. What you can expect from me, your instructor, is that I will be organized. You will know what we are doing and what is expected of you at all times. I am knowledgeable. I am thoroughly familiar with the content of this course and the AP test. I don't claim to know everything, but I know enough to lead you. I expect the course to be interesting. We study the most interesting stuff in the world, in my opinion, and if you have the love too, I know we can keep our minds engaged. And I expect this course to be challenging. I have no desire to waste your time. There is a reason for everything we do, and the work here should be at a level worthy of your time and mental effort. What does it take to succeed in AP Lit and Comp? You need the love, the time, the discipline, and the talent. You've got to have the love. If you don't love to read and write and think, this is not the class for you. You need the time and the discipline. This class is one that will consume a good deal of out-of-class time to complete various assignments. This class requires you to juggle multiple assignments at the same time. To be successful in this class, you must be self-motivated, self-disciplined, productive, mature, and driven to meet internally and externally imposed challenges. For the most part, you receive assignments ahead of time to complete them at your own pace, but when they're due, they're due. And good attendance is really important to success in an AP level course. You need the talent. The reading is not for the faint of heart. There will be mature content. According to the AP Teacher's Guide, the books used in such a course are, by definition, adult works. The reading will cover various genre and time periods. The content can be very challenging. AP students are expected to read actively, carefully, and deliberatively in order to make careful observations of textual detail, establish connections among those observations, and draw from those connections a series of inferences leading to an interpretive conclusion about the work's meaning and value. Your writing must also reach an advanced level. According to the course description, the goal in this course is to increase your ability to explain clearly, cogently, even elegantly, what you understand about literary works and why you interpret them as you do. In writing, you are expected to analyze, compare, and evaluate the literature, justifying your assertions with textual evidence and technical explanations. You're also going to need a substantial repertoire of literary terms, techniques, and devices, as well as a well-developed vocabulary. The focus of this course is highly technical and analytical. Liking to read, though important, is not enough in and of itself. We seek to fully articulate how the author uses literary devices to create meaning for the reader. This is not an easy skill to master. It cuts to the very heart of the literary experience. What you can expect. There will be novels and plays, poetry, test prep, college writing, and other stuff. It'll all start with summer reading. You'll expect to read works over the summer. You will be tested over those works upon your return. You will annotate and/or complete other exercises and activities to fully engage with the works you're reading. And you will need to be intimately familiar with your summer reading novels upon return so that you can write about them. The required summer reading this year is As I Lay Dying by William Faulkner and Song of Solomon by Toni Morrison. During the school year, you will always be in the midst of some independent reading. A typical year's reading list would look something like this: Macbeth, King Lear, Gulliver's Travels, A Doll's House, The Death of Ivan Ilyich, Jane Eyre, A Streetcar Named Desire, Frankenstein, Heart of Darkness, Things Fall Apart, Lord of the Flies. These 11 works are a representative sample of a body of lit you might read in a year. There will be poetry every Thursday and other days too. The AP test is approximately 1/3 poetry. You will be completing poetry packets each week, and we will write poetry essays, do multiple choice exercises with poetry, and even memorize some poems. There will be test prep as part of the course. Specific test prep in class includes multiple choice exercises associated with the texts that we read or from previous AP Lit tests, and in-class writing exercises. These essays are written under timed constraints, usually to previous AP test prompts. There will be other writing. You've completed your literary scholar paper from pre-AP Lit, so it is assumed that you have a working knowledge of MLA formatting and basic research skills. You will then write in this class a few larger technical and analytical essays that will span multiple works and involve multiple drafts and revisions. These papers will ultimately attain the level of a college-level paper. There are lots of other kinds of assignments that you will complete throughout the year. A few examples include major works data sheets, quote posters, independent reading prep to be completed while reading novels and plays outside of class, grammar exercises, lit terms, packets, exercises, and quizzes, illusion quizzes, peer feedback, self-evaluations, and there is a post-AP test creative project. To reiterate, one needs to be able to multitask and one has got to have the love. As you can see, on any given day, you might have some overlapping tasks. For example, you could be in the middle of a novel that you were given 2 or 3 weeks to read, which might also include annotation and/or being quizzed upon finishing the reading, or some prep during the reading. You might have poetry in progress, as you will always have a poetry chapter due on Thursday, and you might have another assignment due in a shorter time frame. For example, you could be completing a set of multiple choice exercises for a novel that you recently finished. That might be due 2 or so days after it was assigned. About grades in this course. AP English Lit has a weighted grade. An A in this class is worth 5 points, a B is worth 4 grade points, C through F are not weighted. Points in this class vary. In a given quarter, a student tends to earn 400 or 500 points. This is an accumulated total, and it includes such items as major papers, often valued at 100 points, in-class essays, which are worth 50, multiple choice exercises, often worth 20 to 30, quizzes, major works data sheets, tests over the text, completion grades, and other assignments as well. That's not an exhaustive list, but there are many ways to earn points throughout a quarter. Late work is generally not accepted in this class, so procrastination is not encouraged, and the grading scale is the school's grading scale. So, the question is, do you have the love, and are you up for the challenge? If AP English Lit sounds like the right class for you, then I look forward to seeing you in the following year. Thank you.